Good evening guys, I'm KAMPAC Daddy. Today I'm gonna review the 2022 new Toyota Land Cruiser 300. This video is exterior and interior chapter reporting from Japan. What? It's so huge! But what I want you to know is what's inside. So I'd like to review this from a daddy's standpoint. So, shall we talk about exterior? This Toyota Land Cruiser, it's a very iconic car which has fans all over the world for a long time. Many of you may want to play rough roads or desert as soon as possible, and many of you may be desperate because of its long delivery time. He seems like huge, dependable, and tough guy. The concept is go as far as you can and come back alive. How cool is that? Here is the family tree of Land Cruiser. It started with the first generation BJ series and will celebrate its 70th anniversary in 2021. The Prado, released in 2009, was positioned as a light-duty model. This Land Cruiser 300 is based on the Land Cruiser AT philosophy. This is a VX grade. There is 5 grades: ZX, BX, AX, GX, and GR. I will write ZX Grey in the test drive chapter. The body size is 49 and 50 mm in length, 90-80 width, 90-25 in height. Huge! Total weight is 28 and 25 kg. Heavy! Should it be called an SUV? Maybe not. A real cross-country. This body color is black, not some kind of Tala black. It's black. There are a total of 6 color variations. Quite simple. This is 18-inch aluminum wheel looks like. 265.65 18 inches. Hell no! I'm going to blow my money by changing tires. The ZX grade has 20-inch wheels. If you want to stand out in the city, it's a way to go. The suspension is a double wishbone for the front wheel and trailing links for the rear. It's a pretty gorgeous setup. Now let's focus on the front. It's huge. That's all I can say. Almost a truck. It looks intimidating, but it's not flashy. Only like, I am big, so this is fine. It has long front nose and good proportional balance. The rear is like a square box with plenty of size. It's simple and not excessively decorated. Not too sporty, which is nice. Looking at engine compartments, yep, I cannot see anything through the cover. I guess they are trying to protect it from sand. There are 2 powertrains, a 3.5-liter petrol and 3.3-liter diesel. This VX grade is 3.5-liter V6 twin turbo. Maximum output is 415 horsepower. Maximum torque is 650 Nm. What do you mean it performs better than previous generation V8? The drivetrain is full-time 4-wheel drive. The transmission is 10-speed automatic. Jeez! The engine is mounted 28 mm lower and 70 mm further back than previous generation. In addition, the bonnet, fender, roof, and door panels are made of aluminum, which improves the weight balance. All good things come together. The test drive chapter will be coming soon. Next, the interior. First, the luggage. The gate is an electric type. It can be opened and closed with kick action. The opening speed is just right. The kicking action sensor is located closer to the right side. This car seats up to 7 people. The third seat can be folded down by electric power. It dives down so it is fully flat. In addition to this, various other seat arrangements are possible. The luggage space is so spacious. I'm sure it can hold a lot of camping gears, something like that. Luggage capacity is 1,004 liters. Over 1,000. It can hold 3 of my home bathtubs. I wasn't able to try that out this time, but the baby stroller would definitely fit in the vertical position. This height would be easy to changing baby's diapers. I couldn't do the dandy check this time, sorry about that. However, from the viewpoint of daddy, it's difficult to put the car seat on and off. There are 2 reasons. The car height is too high, and the car width is too far from the baby. I don't think the mother's arms can take it. This type of car seat, which can remove like a basket, is the least recommended. Even if you choose it, you should choose a rotating type car seat. Absolutely. Next, the rear seat. The door lining using a lot of soft material gives it luxurious feel. But this wooden ornament felt a bit cheap. It's not rosewood, nor is it glossy paint. The texture is smooth and not at all like wood grains. And this print pattern has a slightly low resolution. Oh, it's printed plastic! It's printed plastic! Isn't the Land Cruiser supposed to be a luxury car? Is that a road of Lexus? This is what the rear seat looks like. Let's get in. Oh no, the height of the car is so high, so I'm not sure which foot to start with. Needless to say, the rear seat space is so spacious. I thought it would be a bit oppressive because of the large front seat, but it's not. There is even sense of freedom because of center is completely open. The space in front of the knee is about 18 centimeters. The foot space is not as good as you might think. This car is built with ladder frame, which means that the body is placed on top of strong chassis like a ladder. It seems it is difficult to make enough space unlike a normal car. In the center, there is a really cool design AC vent switches, 2 USB ports, and 12 voltage cigar supply. You can open and close the center armrest from behind. Oh, now you're thinking, do I ever open armrest from the back? Actually, you can use the armrest as a cooling box as an option. This is because the Land Cruiser is often used as sightseeing tour vehicle. It's a nice touch to be able to take drinks out from the back. Here is a viewpoint of an adult and little child sitting in the rear seat. It's big window enough to see outside. You might see fire engine, police cars, something like that. A non-slip assist grips are luxurious and nice. This is a panoramic view from the rear seat. The center console gives a solid impression. The symmetrical design and thick door linings create a sense of dignity and comfort. I also like the many mechanical switches. It would be difficult to touch the display on the bumpy road. Touch-sensitive door locks, of course. I have the same impression of the door linings as the rear door. The window switches are placed at an angle, so they can be easily pressed. The speaker grills could have been a little more luxurious, I think. Then getting in. First, the unusual ignition button catches my eye. A Fingerprint Start switch has been adopted. It's just like your smartphone. Not only to prevent vehicle theft, but also to read the vehicle setting, like seat positions, for up to 3 people. Very useful. Sadly, these Land Cruiser are very theft-prone. In addition, it has intrusion sensor and tilt sensor for when the car is jacked up. But it's not so safe. It's the wrong way to steal it in the first place. Why do we have to deal with them? The steering wheel has thick grip, but it is not large in diameter. Easy to operate. The speedometer has TFT information display in the middle and analog meter on the left and right. This is a rear view from the driver's seat. I like to say that it's easy to see because of large window. But the size and height of this car are different from other cars, and more the front view is also very high eye point. Using the panoramic view function, and you must drive with extra caution in the city, please. In the center console is 9-inch display audio system, underneath is the AC vent and switches, and further down USB port and small accessory storage. It looks a little hard to operate with many switches, but I guess they choose this design on purpose. The mechanical switches and wood grain pattern also gives it retro mechanical feel, like a good old audio component. On the right side is the drive mode switch dial, which allows you to select from 6 different modes depending on road conditions. If I had to complain, I would have like solid clicking feel even when wearing gloves. The clicking feel is a little unreliable. Next to the large shift knob is the transfer switch. There are low and high settings. By the way, the center and the rear differential are equipped with JTEC's Torsen LSD. Wait, what is the differential? For those of you who are wondering, A differential gear is gearbox that adjusts rotation of the left and right or front and rear tires. This torsion LSD is more advanced version of differential. Not only adjusts rotation but also torque distribution. When you're turning on the slippy snow-covered road, it is often the case that the rear wheel slips, but by using torsion, the torque distribution between the front and rear wheel is automatically adjusted to 4 to 6 or 7 to 3, the limited slip differential that adjusts torque to the center, torsion LSD for short. But it has been used for a long time in the Land Cruiser. As a citizen, I like the fact that they are using Japanese products. Side-by-side cup holder that can be deep at the bottom, the plenty of armrest. It can be opened from the easy side, like an expensive refrigerator. Oh, there is a curious leather theme in the center, probably to reduce the cost of sewing, or maybe they simply wanted to save the leather. The overhead console has automatic anti-glare mirror. There was also a sunglass holder. Yeah, of course, that's a given in an SUV. The sunroof is standard size, but I bet it feels great to drive it. So how was it? Toyota's new Land Cruiser 300, exterior and interior chapter. It was an SUV with a dignity, which is suitable to be called a king. But it's too big in Japan. Because of this size, it doesn't seem to be very good for raising children or driving around town. Next time I'll take you for a test drive. How was the ride quality of this Land Cruiser? Please subscribe and wait a few days. Okay, so 2 very small percentage of people who are watching this video and planning to steal this vehicle. F*** you! Even if you become a dad, please ride that you think will be cool car. Now to daddies and mommies around the world, good job today. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.